Welcome everybody to Thinking Thursday. It's again another slight twist, bringing back an old guest to the site, Paul Lawrence, who many of you know, ex-racing manager, tipster, generally knows his way around, I think, as well as anybody. Various things to talk about, including a couple of race previews, which I'd like to discuss with Paul. Evening, Paul. Talk to me about the Champion Stakes at Romford. What do you see?
It's a really good race. I mean, the two races that we're going to preview is the Champion Stakes on Friday night, and also the First Containers Marathon at Towcester, and the £10,000 to the winner of Coral Champion Stakes looks a real corker. It's really good to watch these races progress through the Racing Post TV. I thought that it was a fairly wide open race, and yet I've got a fairly strong opinion. And I think at the prices, I've wheedled out a bit of value as well, Floyd. I thought that Drooper's Edition in the semi-final effort was probably the one to be with, and yet when you look at him, he was 130 in the semis, and he led. And I think Tony Bullen pulled up as well, I think, on the Racing Post TV, because of course you can follow it right the way through on the Friday night's open scene on Racing Post TV. And Drooper's Edition kind of looked to me like he was driving from the back rather than pulling from the front. His action wasn't quite right, and I'm hoping that Gemma has also seen that, and maybe there's a little issue that might just be tweaked, and he'll be A1 for the final, because I think he's got a really good makeup, in the fact that you think, well, Kishlorn Shakira is more of a staying type for David Mullins, and did come and pick him up late, but as I say, he just looked like he kind of faltered, I think, at the fifth bend. But Drooper's Edition, I think, on the front, can do that 35-22 like he did in the semis. In the quarters, and I think that he's got a massive chance to lead off, and I think he's really quality and could actually hold on. The only other probably runner is Jim Star Elusive, that in the early pace stakes that will challenge him. And again, it was probably an improved effort from John. I mean, John's done wonders since the dog was switched. He's one of those nearly dogs, I think, Jim Star Elusive. He looked a really quality Category 1, maybe Derby dog, when Chris Akers had him, and obviously Mark Bates, Kieran Hickey and Charlie Lister own him, and he kind of had niggles, and he could never get a run out of him. But he's probably really well housed on the wide outside to bomb out and get to the front early. So it's really where probably Drooper's Edition can break and get inside him. And then when you look at Kishlorn Shakira, Bowshine Bullet, Nighttime Danny, Bombardier, they're all more staying types, and I just think they could easily get taken off their feet here. So I think they're the two dogs that I'd be with. I slightly favour Drooper's Edition, but I do think that Jim Star Elusive could be a big runner if he popped out and led Drooper's Edition. So
yeah, I mean, I looked at the race and sort of thought there are two Romford 575 dogs in it, the 2 and the 6.
Yep.
The rest are basically very, very good stayers.
Yep.
Who are down a distance. I was particularly impressed with Nighttime Danny in the semi-finals, considering he had such a lot taken out of him early on, and then to only get beaten ahead. I thought he ran a phenomenal race. But it's interesting, isn't it? You're looking at the betting, and you know, Bowshine Bullet the outsider at 13-2. You know, 5-1, was it from the top? 5, 7-2, 13-2, 4 5s. It really is that tight. I mean, from a bookmaker's perspective, you would think it's a race that they should relish, surely.
Yeah, I mean, it really looks like you could have. There's the difference of opinion. I think that was the way where I looked at it. With, if you take away that semi-final run from Drooper's Edition, if you look at his the previous run, then he could easily lead and win, and I don't think anything will get near him. but it was that just that it's that little niggle. Is he, what is he, March 18, so May 18, so he kind of, he's no youngster. But you're right, the others really are the staying types, aren't they? They're sort of ledger types in many respects, and a lot of them met Perry Barrow as well in the ledger. But I just feel that the speedy dogs are Droopers Edition and Jim Star Elusive, and I think they will dominate. And I don't really see too much coming through off the back. That's the way I saw it. I mean, I think probably if I was to nominate a dog to come off the back, I would say on the draw it would be Kishlaw and Shakira, Floyd. So you're right. It's a wide open race, but I'm kind of fairly bolshy at the prices, if you like, because I think I can get 2-1 me value out of Droopers Edition and Jim Star Elusive.